Welcome to the Saanich School District's Workplace Bullying and Harassment Awareness Training video. Here's what we'll be talking about today. The Workers' Compensation Act, what exactly is bullying and harassment, the different responsibilities for employers, supervisors, and workers, what to do if you're talking to a bully, the reporting and investigation procedures, how you can prevent bullying and harassment in your work environment, and then at the end we'll go over some resources. So let's get started. The Workers' Compensation Act lays out the different duties for employers, workers, and supervisors to ensure or protect the health and safety of workers. This now includes workplace bullying and harassment. These policies came into effect on November the 1st, 2013. What exactly is bullying and harassment? WorkSafe BC defines it as any inappropriate conduct or comment by a person towards a worker that the person knew or reasonably ought to have known would cause that worker to be humiliated or intimidated. What's interesting about this definition is that it says by a person towards a worker, so it doesn't necessarily have to just be worker to worker. It could be, for example, from a customer towards a worker. This definition excludes any reasonable action taken by an employer or supervisor relating to the management and direction of workers or the place of employment. Here are some examples of bullying and harassment. Humiliating or intimidating behavior, verbal aggression or name-calling, vandalizing personal belongings, sabotaging work, spreading malicious rumors, personal attacks, aggressive or threatening gestures, and cyberbullying. Here are some things that are not considered bullying and harassment: expressing a difference of opinion, offering constructive feedback, making a legitimate complaint about another worker's conduct, reasonable management action including decisions about job duties and work to be performed, workloads and deadlines, layoffs, transfers, promotions and reorganizations, work instruction, supervision or feedback, performance evaluation or management, and discipline, suspensions, or terminations. So I think we can all agree that when there's a bully in the workplace, it's not a very great place to be in. It's not a place that you look forward to going to every day. So here's some things that workplace bullying and harassment could result in the workplace. Health and safety issues, physical or psychological injury, lower productivity, lower morale, higher absenteeism, and staff turnover. These are all things that are very costly to the organization, so we want to prevent bullying and harassment in the workplace as much as possible. Here's an excerpt from our policy that's listed on our website. Behavior which is identified as being bullying or personally or sexually harassing in nature is unacceptable and will not be tolerated. The board believes that all employees deserve a safe, positive, harassment-free work environment for all employees and for those with whom they have contact. As an employer, we have responsibilities as part of this new legislation. We're responsible for drafting a workplace policy statement, preventing or minimizing bullying and harassment, developing reporting procedures, developing procedures for dealing with and investigating incidents or complaints, and training workers and supervisors. Your supervisor has responsibilities as well. They're responsible for not engaging in bullying and harassment and applying and complying with the workplace policies and procedures on bullying and harassment. As a worker, you have responsibilities too. You're responsible for reporting if you observe or experience bullying and harassment. What's interesting about this is that it says if you observe it or experience it. So it's not just if it's happening to you, it's also if you witness it happening to someone else. You're obligated to report it. You're also responsible for not engaging in workplace bullying and harassment and to apply and comply with the workplace policies and procedures on bullying and harassment. So humor in the workplace. We can definitely use it. It's fine to share jokes. We just want to make sure that they're appropriate. So use jokes that bring people together. We don't want to use jokes that exclude people or put someone down or use stereotypes. So just make sure that you're thinking about the joke before you share it and making sure that you're having a lighthearted attitude. So what do you do if you find yourself in the situation where you need to talk to an alleged bully? Here's some pointers. Approach the person in a positive and confidential manner. Tell the bully what behavior was inappropriate. Be specific. Make it clear that the behavior is unwanted and unacceptable. Make notes of any uncomfortable encounters and note the date, time, location, and any witnesses. You never know when notes like this could be used later on down the line in an investigation. Don't retaliate, and if the issue can't be resolved, report it to your supervisor or the appropriate district contact. The reporting procedures. So complaints can be reported to your school administrator, your manager, or the director of HR using the harassment reporting form. The harassment reporting form is located on our website under the Department's Health and Safety tab, or it's located in the Zimbra briefcase under the Health and Safety folder. Alternate reporting contacts include the superintendent and the Board of Education chairperson. Complaints should be reported as soon as possible so that action can be taken and investigated promptly. Investigation procedures. The Saanich School District is committed to taking all workplace bullying and harassment complaints seriously, conducting investigations as expeditiously and thoroughly as possible, ensuring investigations are fair and impartial, and maintaining confidentiality to the greatest extent possible, and of course, finding a resolution to the dispute. So if there is an investigation, here are some possible results. It could entail education and training for the parties involved. It could also entail a facilitated conflict resolution, maybe monitoring behavior in the workplace, or maybe making a change in the workplace, such as transferring someone to a different department or a different location, or maybe just making a schedule change. And corrective and/or disciplinary action ranging from warnings up to and including dismissal. So everyone has a responsibility to create and maintain a respectful work environment. Here are some things that you can do. Consider the effect your words or actions may have on other people. Respect multicultural and other differences. Treat people in all roles with equal respect. Don't ignore behavior that makes you feel uncomfortable. Speak up. And do your part to resolve situations at the lowest level possible. And remember, you're a role model for the students. They're watching us adults interact with one another and they're learning that behavior from us. And you're also a role model for new employees entering an organization. When they enter a new organization, they're going to see colleagues interacting with one another and they'll say, oh, I see, that's how we treat each other in this organization. So we really want to make sure that we're setting a positive example. So for more information, there's a number of resources you can go to below. We've got our bullying and harassment policy, number 5530. It's located on our website under the Our Board Policies tab. You can also visit our health and safety page on bullying and harassment under the department's health and safety page. The WorkSafe BC website on bullying has some great resources as well. If you ever find you need to talk to somebody about an incident of bullying and harassment, you could contact the Employee Assistance Program that we have, Tina Leist and Associates. And of course, you can always contact the Human Resources Department if you're ever unsure if a situation actually constituted bullying and harassment. We'd be happy to hear from you. So thanks for listening to the presentation today. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to hear from you. I've got my telephone number and my email address below. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Thanks so much.